You're right, I have another vintage Japanese guitar. This one is a 1978 Greco EG-500, a Les Paul type guitar. I had one of these also recently, so I know that it's a good guitar. At least the one that I had was good. That was a 1980, I think, so this is 2 years earlier. But I wanted to say something about why I keep bringing in these guitars. I'm always looking for a player's guitar. I'm not into a museum item or a collector's piece. It's for me to find a guitar that I would enjoy to play. Well, it's just a curiosity that drives me. Maybe I can find another gem that is so good I just have to keep it. But if not, let it move on. I'm looking for a good functional guitar with the body and the neck, meaning that the hardware and the electronics, I can fix that. So I'm not afraid of fixing faulty electronics, even hardware. The frets is the most work if I need to refret it. I think I can do that as well, and keeping the costs low with doing it myself, I have a good case. This is the case, I need to open it, and let's move on to see how this took the journey and if it is what I think it is. These boxes that comes from Japan, they are always so well packed. They are reinforced at the edges. Yes. No loose parts. Okay. Well, that's a cool big gig bag. Wow. It's leather. Looks like real leather even. I can spot some rust already. That's fine. There you go. Gig bag away. A bit different finish than the previous one, and I think the covers are more chrome-like than the previous one. I would prefer nickel covers, but they could be exchanged, of course. I have some nickel covers that I might put on, but it has these Clusen style or tulip style tuners with the double rings on. It's kind of cool. Greco standard, it says. I think it might need a little truss rod adjustment. String sits very tight, so might have even a bit of a back bow here. You can see that the bridge is turned a bit high up. Maybe you can see that here. The patina on the frets they are green. It's looking. Okay, so I need to figure out if the electronics is okay. I have to open it up, give it some tender love and care. Give the frets a shine. They look to be in okay shape, green and sticky. So yeah, they need to be polished, and at least that, maybe leveled. I don't know. So these are probably U-1000 Maxon pickups. That's what the catalog says for this guitar. And yeah, so it's chrome parts here, kind of a Tunomatic ABR1 style bridge. So you can see that intonation screws are put all the way back here. Let's hope it isn't a sign of that it's should have been intonated further back even. Okay, so far so good. I'm happy. I will get to work. Well, this was a surprise. This guitar turned out to be one of the best guitars, at least Les Pauls, I've played. And it goes to show that this is a kind of a mid-range version of the Greco Les Paul. It's an EG-500. 500 is also the value in a way. They named them that way, so EG-800 would cost more than an EG-500, and so on and so forth. I've given it some TLC, and you can see it looks a bit better now on the frets, at least. The green stuff, green gunk, it's gone, and it looks very nice now. I'm very impressed with the guitar. The tuners are working wonderfully, no problem at all with the tuners. So what I've done, I've opened it up, I had a look at electronics, and they are fine. It's working, it's sound on both pickups. There's one problem, and that's the only problem I can find with the guitar, and that is when it's in the middle position, there's no sound on the bridge pickup. So most likely that is due to the switch, and I think it's just a connectivity issue. I sprayed it with electronic cleaner and moved it a lot, but it doesn't seem to do the trick. So I'll see if I can maybe push it a bit to help it, but most likely I think I will end up just getting a new switch for this. As far as I can see, it's all original. The pickups here, they are Maxon U-1000. They look to be similar to what else I've seen that is that pickup, and I love them. They are low output pickups, PAF style. The Maxon U-1000 is probably the best sounding pickups I know of. I love them. It's also what's in my Greco SA550 from 1977. I wondered about if the intonation was almost impossible to fix on this, because the saddles here were moved all the way back. So I took a guess and I readjusted them to be about the middle, looking at one of my other Les Pauls here to adjust them about right for them. And it was almost bang on. I had some minor tweaks on some of them to get it to intonate correctly, and now it's perfect. Also with the action, after I adjusted the Trussrod, I just did a minor adjustment on that to give it some relief, and it's perfect now. So what I do is just press down the string on top here and on the first fret here, and it has a bit of way from the fretboard here, just enough so you can hear the tone, and it's beautiful action. And then I just adjusted the height of the action with this bridge. It's very easy on the Les Paul to adjust the height adjustment with these two screws here. So now the guitar plays so good. The neck here is probably a 59 to 60s profile, very slim, and it fits my hands very nice. So I have played this guitar for a while now, and I had a hard time putting it down. So it says something about, well, the specs of this guitar doesn't really say that it's a high quality, a good sounding guitar, good playable guitar. But this goes to show that it isn't always the specs that tells the full story. It also has this tenon, a short tenon or no tenon at all. Of course it has a tenon because it's the piece of wood that comes from the neck that goes into the body, but it's cut short at the end of the pickup cavity, as you can see on the picture here. If it was a longer tenon, you would see that it will come into the pickup cavity. This doesn't. There's also something with the weight of this guitar. It's 3.6 kilos. So it's a lightweight Les Paul, makes it balance much better. So it's a bit awkward in a way when the guitar falls like this, if it's too heavy. And my other two Les Pauls are quite heavy and have that kind of feature. So, but this is really well balanced. And I would love to bring this to a gig because of the lightweight and how it balances. I'm not sure if it has some weight relief. Try to listen in for some, if it's chambered, but I can't really hear that. You can hear it on the under the cavities for the pickups, I think, but it's so maybe it's just the materials used in this guitar, the wood, that is making it lightweight. And I don't know what kind of wood. I could probably look in the catalog, and if I find it, I'll put it up here. That said, I recently had another EG-500 here. Slightly different burst than this. Slightly heavier, not much. That also sounded good and had the same pickup, but this sounds different. It has a different sustain, it resonates differently. The tones are more alive in this guitar, I think. It's the best way I can explain it. Well, that's the pros of this guitar. What's the cons? There has to be some cons. Mostly aesthetical for me. I'm not a big fan of this burst. I can live with it. Maybe those knobs makes it a bit not tacky, but almost to me. So I might replace those for something that I feel looks better. And there's also, for me, always the thing with chrome covers, chrome metal parts. I'm no fan, so I will replace the pickup covers at least for nickel ones. Maybe slightly aged to go with the age of the guitar. I might replace the bridge, maybe the stop tail. I'm not sure. If they look a bit awkward when I replace the shiny covers here, I might do that also. And I have some parts laying here, so it will not be an additional cost for me. And yeah, I will also, of course, change this switch here or try to fix it. That's what I have to say about the cons for this guitar, really. It's just those aesthetical or cosmetic things. Else it's my perfect Les Paul. It feels like a keeper. It feels like one that I would love to bring to my band to play live. But of course, it's always with the new stuff, I get a bit enthusiastic and very much biased towards liking them. But this has something inspiring. Although there is no sound on the bridge when in the middle position, there is sound. Having played it a while now before I started recording the video, it really didn't bother me that much, but I know that I usually like to have it in the mid position and turn down some of the neck to have a clearer neck image or sound, if you like. So I will have to tend to that. So now you just heard the guitar clean. There was no overdrives. I'll put on my favorite. Of course, it's the Sweet Honey Overdrive from Mad Professor. Here we go.